Very good. Okay. And whenever you're ready, Vanessa.
Alright, so as a psychology major student, I've come to learn many different aspects of psychology, which led to my research on the effects of post-traumatic stress disorders among American soldiers after serving time in war. Now, the reason why I chose this topic was because I know a lot of friends right now who are choosing to go join the military force. So I thought it'd be a great way to inform myself and hopefully you guys as well. So for today, I would like to share with you guys the causes of post-traumatic stress disorders among these soldiers, as well as the effects on them and ways to treat it. So for combat stressors, according to the National Center of PTSD, military sexual trauma, or other known as MST, is a sexual assault that occurs in the military, and it could happen to both men and women. Through seeing dead bodies or being shot at, or knowing somebody who was killed or injured during combat are also common combat stressors. Edward Selby states that risk factors for PTSD can occur from previous trauma histories, so whether it was assaults or family issues that occurred before combat can increase the risk factors of PTSD. Longer deployment time can cause more severe combat exposures, according to the National Center of PTSD. So now I want to get into the effects of post-traumatic stress disorder among these veterans. So hallucinations, according to Stantian, hallucinations are common among war veterans when they feel as though they're back in combat. So this can occur when they're on drugs or when they're on alcohol or during sleep, as well as during wakefulness. In the case of Sergeant Joshua Tabor, Tabor was arrested on January 31st of 2010 after waterboarding his 4-year-old daughter. Joshua suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, as well as he abused alcohol. Now, as you can see here, waterboarding was a technique used by the CIA as interrogations on the victims. So imagine him doing this to his 4-year-old daughter. Guilt can contribute to lack of belonging, as well as isolation, and it could cause suicidal symptoms. So for the case of Ryan Nurchison, on May 23rd of 2010, Ryan, who's here on the left, Ryan died of a drug overdose, and after serving time in war, Ryan also suffered a brain injury, and he also abused drugs and alcohol, which led to his suicide. Now let's look into the the treatments for post-traumatic stress disorder. Dean states that veterans of war experience post-traumatic stress disorder when they don't go to counseling, or when they don't express their emotions. So they often do not marry or tend to have children due to this. Social support groups can help prevent post-traumatic stress disorder from occurring. So like counseling, it could help relieve the emotional stress or any suicidal depression thoughts. And through communicating with fellow veterans, according to Selby, it can decrease suicide or depression thoughts. For severe care of post-traumatic stress disorder, according to PubMed Health, like antidepressants, it can help decrease depression or anxiety. So an example of an antidepressant would be like serotonin. It can help decrease those symptoms. And in conclusion, if you guys know any family or friends right now who are choosing to join the military force or are already in the military force, I would recommend that you guys be there as a sense of support group for them, because it could help prevent them from, like Ryan or Tabor, from having post-traumatic stress disorder. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a second. That was 5.5 minutes.